Welcome back to another episode of the Girl Boss Method podcast, hosted by myself, Ritu Bra. Now, I'm pretty excited for today's episode. Today is the 2nd of September. It's a Monday, of course, and oddly, it's 16 weeks or 4 months until the end of the year. And I know nobody likes to hear that, but the reframe here is to kind of look at this a little bit more positively. And that's what we will be doing, because we want to make sure that, us on the program, we've got these fitness goals, these health goals, these nutrition goals, lifestyle goals. And we really want to create a dent or create some change, build some momentum, especially as we come into the final quarter of the year. I don't know if I can say quarter, not quite that. There's a little over that. But anyway, today is going to be about mindset and structuring the month for fat loss and toning, because I know that that's a goal for many of us right now, especially if you've come off the back of summer vibes. You had holidays booked, you've had lots of events going on, or like parties, celebrations. I definitely saw that over the weekend. There were a lot of people attending weddings and gender reveals, etc. So it's definitely that time of year where, like, the summer's drawn to a close, and it's not quite over yet. We've still got good weather here in the UK, and I think summer's official end date is actually the 22nd of September. But nevertheless, we need to think about coming into this period, and bringing like new energy again. I almost feel like this is like a second start to the year, weirdly, but especially when we think about like the school calendar, uni calendar, that sort of things. The thing is, it's always stuck with me, and it's always stuck with me, not just for school and not just for like when I was at uni. It stuck with me when I was coaching gymnastics as well, because our terms aligned with the school calendar, which meant that the first term was from September. So we had autumn term. And that's what we're coming into now. And so I feel like it's just like, again, after the summer, it's a new time to catch a new vibe, and yeah, just like have a new momentum coming into this period. So anyway, the power of your mindset. So the mindset, really, it's a foundation for success. We want to try and have that positive, committed mindset. And this is what's going to drive us towards consistency and making better decisions. You want to focus on a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset, and embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. So again, if summer's not quite happened the way that you wanted to, and you've been in like, maybe mentally you've been in like a position where you're like, oh my God, like fat loss needs to happen. I need to get toned. I need to look good, yada, yada. And you've been very fixed with that mindset. And it's almost like let you down in some ways, because you've not allowed yourself to have a bit of breathing space. And so for me and my ladies, you ladies listening, ideally, we want to come into September with a reset mindset and look at this as a new opportunity. This is a growth mindset, is actually looking at those things and going, do you know what? These are the issues. These are the struggles. How can we nail this? How can we navigate this? And it sounds crazy, but it's quite exciting as well. Like, wouldn't it just be boring if everything sailed smoothly? And in some ways, struggles and challenges are, yeah, they're opportunities for growth, and they keep things exciting for us. So for me personally, ladies, I'm going to be heading into a mini cut. Okay. So I'm going to be mini cutting. I haven't exactly structured it exactly how I want just yet. So I will be heading to the drawing board for this, but I am definitely looking at like an 8-week mini cut. And the reason that I want to do this is I want to shed any body fat that I have gained over the summer period, and yeah, enjoying myself. And then I want to build in foundations for a period of growth. So we know that around November and December, naturally, with the season changes, we will have various different events, where it's work events or it's like family events, etc. Again, we come into a new season. We come into a new season of socializing. And so for me, this is the period where it's a great time to optimize this period because there's not too much in my diary. I may have a couple of events or trips and stuff within that period. But again, I can calorie bank and I can utilize refeeds, etc., to help me. So everything isn't going to be like a rigid mini cut where it's like set calories and that's it. It's allowing tracking to accommodate the lifestyle choices or lifestyle things that are going on during this period. Okay. And it's definitely something that we need to consider for your goals. So when I'm asking you about these things and I'm asking you about what's in the diary, is really important that we have transparency and we have foresight as well. And we know what's coming up. So if you feel like this is also the time for you to have a mini cut, then let's do it. And then we can really enjoy that November Christmas and get those gains, right? It's all about getting strong and enjoying it at the same time. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to bring in here was, it can sound cliche, but you may see that on the screen, there's a little magic wand here with some sparkle. And the reason for that is that words are spells, okay? So the way that we talk to ourselves is really important because it has an impact on how our brain is processing things. And this is the thing with positive daily affirmations. They're helping to rebuild that mindset. So again, you can do things like write this down on a sticky note. You can have it on sticky notes on your laptop. You can have it written on like a whiteboard. You can even try, and if you've got a notebook or a journaling pad, you can journal these affirmations. So you can do them at the beginning of the day and say, you know, it's nice to pick out like 1 to 3 affirmations. You don't want like 15 of them. You just want ones that are really connected to you. So I've got some examples on the screen here. So first one is, I am dedicated to my fitness journey, and every day brings me closer to my goals. And I think that's what I want you to see. So we know that progress isn't linear, and fat loss and weight loss and all of those things, it's not linear. They will be ups and downs. And that's, again, affected by things like our menstrual cycle, again, lifestyle challenges, work challenges, stress challenges, our body doing crazy things because we drank more water, we had more salt, and we digested food better as well. God knows, right? There's so many different things that affect the pathway as it comes up and down. But the key thing is to stay consistent. And so almost by having that affirmation that you remind yourself, every day brings me closer to my goals, is really important. And then also remembering, I like this one, I choose foods that nourish my body and support my goals. So again, this is like another framing of the growth mindset. When we're thinking about nourishing our body, is I don't want you to think about calories being some crazy like restrictive thing. And this is where I feel like food abundance helps, and maximizing volume foods as well, and really trying to build your plate so that when we're thinking about nourishing, you are trying to create color within your food palette. You're trying to create some variety. So this is going to, again, help your digestive health as well. And we are being inclusive as well. We're being inclusive of things like carbohydrates because they're important. They make us happy. And we're also thinking about fat as well, fat for hormonal health. Again, as you become more advanced, or perhaps maybe if you come into seasons of being more stringent with macros, for example, then you'll start to understand a little bit more of those. But for now, we're thinking about calories at the top end, protein, and yes, we want to consider fiber. And when we're considering fiber, again, thinking about keeping that plate with carbs, with vegetables, with legumes, just creating that variety there. Okay. And then most importantly, I love and respect my body, and I'm committed to taking care of it. And I think this is really, really important because, yes, we may have some very visual aesthetic goals, but I want you to like love and respect that the body you have. Know that it has the ability to do amazing, wonderful things. And one of the reasons why I'm doing a little mini cut is, yeah, I want to drop a teeny tiny bit of body fat, but actually I want to be able to maximize what my body can do, because I know that when I am that teeny tiny bit leaner, not massively lean, but just that teeny tiny bit, that I am able to throw my body around a little bit easier so I can nail more pull-ups. Because I've kind of been obsessed with them over the last like year and a half. So it would just be really cool to just keep getting there, and then also trying to involve or encourage some other like fun movements, because exercise and your body and what your body can do should really be it should be respected, it should be embraced, it should be loved and connected with. And I think that's what I want you to bring it back to here, is that as we do come into this season, is actually again thinking about the abilities of your body. Like, what can your body do? And my body can run, my body can box, my body can defend myself, like all these amazing things that come with exercise, nutrition, and navigating like an awesome best lifestyle, right? And then I wanted to think about like goal setting and also, again, aligning. We're coming back to that aligning again. So when we're setting goals, we want to make them clear and achievable. And one way that we can do this is thinking about our smarter goals or SMART goals. So if you get a piece of paper out, you can pause me as well during this recording. But if you pause me, you can think about some answers for each of these things. So again, this is nice and actionable for you. So just grab a piece of paper, and down the left-hand column, write SMART in big capital letters. And then these are going to be like titles. So you've got specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So if you go through this and you think specifically, what is your goal? How can this be measured? How do we know that we're achieving this thing? How do we know that it's achievable? Is it achievable? Like, if I turned around and went, I'm going to run a marathon by Christmas, it's not going to happen. So that's not achievable. It needs to be relevant. What is relevant to my why? What is relevant to my lifestyle? What is relevant to maybe even like my physical strength goals, for example? What's relevant? And then we want to think about time bound. So giving ourselves a time frame. So again, this is going to help us achieve and get towards that success with almost creating like mini goals or mini steps, and kind of going, right, if this is what I want to achieve within a year, what do I want to achieve within 6 months? How can I break that down to 3 months, and so on. And then again, just thinking about trying to almost like cycle a month by like 4, right? So we've got 4 weeks in a month, and then thinking, this is the way that I want us to set ourselves up. Okay. And there's so many things that we can do as well when we're training. We can be incorporating that like progressive overload within those 4 weeks. We consider our menstrual cycle and refeeds again within those 4 weeks. I think it's really, really important to get really precise with this. So again, aligning with your why, your goals. Reflect on why you want to actually drop body fat and tone up. Why do you want to do it? I've already told you my why. My why is that I want to be able to kick ass with my pull-ups. And actually, I want to unlock new skills. I want to unlock new body weight skills. Again, they keep exercise exciting. And yeah, it's quite fun being able to document that journey as well. So I think that would be really cool, that documenting. And I haven't put that in there, but that would be really cool in terms of helping you reflect on your why. And this is another reason, again, if we've got those aesthetic goals of dropping the body fat and toning up, the weekly check-in pics really help as well. So if you can't see it, I sure as well can. Okay, I can see those changes occurring week on week. And if we can't, then we know what we need to change. And then we want to think about daily actions. And so that's why this month we have coined September Strong, if I remember correctly, but September Strong. And the reason why, again, we are doing this challenge to keep that momentum, to catch some speed, to start creating some mini successes on the way, so we're not coming into this season flat, bored, fed up. I want us to kind of think about these actions that we are taking daily, because these are going to help our deeper motivations, and they're going to be the building blocks to achieving success. And then my most fun or exciting part. Now, I adopted this probably about 2 years ago. I was introduced to it, and I hadn't really nailed it. I'd kind of like on and off with it, but I'd probably say that I've done it for a good year. And my goodness, it really, really helps me plan my life out. I just know what the hell I need to be doing. Okay. So using Google Calendar for planning. So why do we want to use a Google Calendar? It's going to help with time management and consistency. It can help us block out the month as well. We can block out times for workouts, for like meal prepping, for even like self-care, for dinner dates, for like hanging out with your friends, for like actually putting your time in for work, knowing how much time you need to travel to get to work, knowing how much time you need to get up and get ready, like all these different things, rather than having everything flying around your head and driving you mad. You can literally brain dump, and then we can bring it back to some weekly and daily planning. I mean, for goodness sakes, I'm not going to show you my personal Google Calendar, because a lot of it won't make any sense to you, and it's all over the place. So we will go through, and I will show you some ideas on Google Calendar. But again, with this, we can create some routine that fits our schedule, and we can set reminders for key activities. So whilst we do that, I am just going to quickly change the screen, and we are going to have a look at Google Calendar. So if we just wait for that to appear, here we go. All right. So you can see, hopefully you can see, hang on, not birthdays. Here you can see the calendar. You've got an overview on the left of the month. So like the month September, we can see today, obviously it's, it's Monday today. I'm sure you can set this so it actually starts on a Monday. This is a blank template that I set out just for today, just using another random email that we could just try out together. But again, just having a look, you've got, let's say Monday there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 full runs, 4 weeks, 4 full weeks of absolutely just amazing planning and stuff. So some of the things that we can do, right? Now, this sounds crazy, but I mean, on my personal calendar, I've even set out home tasks. I've color coded everything, and I've got one that literally says wash the bathroom mats. Like that is in there. And I've got things like, mop the floor, like just absolutely random stuff. And I color code these all for different tasks. And some of you know that I also run like an in-person, I see a couple of clients in person. And so those are mostly very early, and they're, I'm doing less of that these days because I'm trying to do more for the Girl Boss method. So even with that, they are blocked and they are set times. And that again is just so I can maximize the rest of my calendar. So you can add in a title here. You can pick the day. You can see if you want it all day. You've got a repeat that you can do. And even with the repeat, you can say, look, the first Tuesday of every month, you're going to do this. And you can customize things and set times, your 15-minute tasks, 1-hour tasks, etc. So perhaps maybe you can like drill in your work timetable first. Any, again, social events that you've got going on. It's just really very cool. You've got locations that you can add. You can add a description. Again, you could maybe even have like, maybe you set out, I don't know, 2 hours on a Sunday to do housework and washing the clothes or whatever. You could drill this in, color code it. I put all my personal stuff in pink. So color code it, and then just add in a description here about what it is that you need to get done, like all the things you need to check off. So, get up on a Sunday morning. First thing you do is like put clothes in the machine, get that running, get over, scrub the sink, get washing the God knows what, right? Absolutely everything personal level. Then you can start to also build out when you are going to do your gym training plans. So again, being realistic, depending on how your work goes, depending on if you've got any evenings where you're meeting friends or you're having meals with work or partners or whoever, you know, if you've got a pet that you need to walk, like just having absolutely everything in there and having your own key and your own coloring for each thing. And then obviously advanced planning, you can think about planning again ahead for, you know, your schedule for the month, knowing that, like, look here, we've got September up again and you've got various, okay, you know that something's going on we know that something's going on the 15th. Hey, we've got our next meetup, knowing that that's in the diary, Look at that, we've got Halloween in there. There's just loads of, I'm curious, when is Halloween? It's on a Thursday night. There's just loads of stuff. And, you know, I just think it's just such a good little tool. So I just wanted to like run your eyes over that, especially if you haven't used it. I think it's always worth, you know, thinking or trying different things, different tactics. There's always like a better way to do things. And I think, again, if we can share some of the tips and tricks that you all do individually, then hey, you know, that's us helping each other out. Which brings us on to the Girl Boss method and what I want for us. Okay, so the idea with this, and this is why some of you that may have been with me a little bit longer, you may have known that I used to have men on the program, and I really wanted to hone in on women because I'm a woman myself, and I really wanted to hone in on doing the most for our community. And just like, you know, as I navigate all these years myself, I'm also helping you as well. So I just really feel like it keeps me connected to my why, and I feel very aligned with it. But yeah, we used to have men. It wasn't called the Girl Boss method. It was called something else. And if you've had a nose around the resource library, you may actually come across some of those men in some of those recordings. And they were fantastic clients. But as I've said, my long-term vision for the Girl Boss method is bigger and more massive than that. So this is what I want from us, is I want us to have this sort of power of sisterhood, this support, this accountability, this shared motivation. I want you ladies to engage in the WhatsApp community. And this is what this challenge is all about. We'll be sharing our daily wins, our struggles, our tips. Again, we've got these challenges that we've got going on. We're doing our like check-ins together. And you might go, well, why engage? Well, consistent engagement is going to help boost that motivation and that accountability. And again, in terms of how to participate, just share your journey, seek the support, celebrate each other's wins, and offer encouragement and advice to each other. And I'm so happy when I've been really busy and I see you ladies answering questions for each other, sharing tips, sharing ideas. I mean, even sharing like links to discount codes, etc. It's all part of that bigger picture. So thank you so much for doing that. So again, just to recap, we've talked about mindset. So sort of sharpening and focusing on that growth mindset as opposed to very fixed mindset. Let's think about growth. Let's think about being more and more amazing. You're amazing now, and I want you to just keep growing and being amazing. Aligning to your goal as well, making sure that it really like it fits your ethos, etc. It's what you want to do. It's your vision that you have for yourself. We want to think about that structured planning. Fail to plan to fail. Somebody told me that a few years back, maybe about 10 years ago. And I cannot tell you how strong those words were for me. I remember hearing that and I was just like, I really have to sort my shit out. Like this affirmation, if you like, or these words are really powerful. And so it's, yeah, let's keep planning and knowing what to do. Okay. And then we've obviously got our wonderful community support where we just kill it and we just help each other. So every small step you take today is a step towards your stronger, healthier, and more confident you by the holidays. Yes, by the end of the year, by Christmas, by New Year's, we are absolutely gonna smash this. And I can't wait to see some of you ladies very soon. And if you just stumbled across this podcast, this has been the Girl Boss Method. I am Ritu Bra. You can follow me on Instagram at Ritu Bra, and we'll see you here next time.